Good morning. It's Ethan McKinley.
And Ellie Fitzgerald.
And this is the 2-Minute TerMINator, where we break down the Terminator films 2 minutes at a time. It's episode 19, and we're going from minutes 36 to 38. That's probably wrong, but who cares? What a rousing start to this show. Ellie.
Hit the music.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked. It sucked.
The soothing background music for the bumper of the show today is Lawrence Rosenthal's Clash of the Titans soundtrack. A favourite of mine, Ellie, features Ray Harryhausen's final work, I think.
Which do you think's better, Clash of the Titans or Jason and the Argonauts?
Clash of Titans.
Why?
I suppose they'd got the kind of technique down at that point. Not just the animation, but like the story's more involving, the acting's better. There's a lot more kind of like name actors in.
Plus, it's got Talos in it.
Well, not just that. You've
Talos
got Burgess Meredith. You've got Medusa. I think that's the best Harryhausen bit from anything because it's atmospherically lit and stuff. Really good film if you've not seen it.
Oh, what's the name of the centaur?
The Centaur.
He's not a centaur.
Pegasus.
No. The bad.
Oh, Calabos.
Oh, he is terrifying. Oh my god! As a kid, that used to seriously.
Do you know who I used to get bullied at school calling a certain person Calabos?
No.
My mother. It was the heavy nose and chin, I think.
That's what they used to call her.
Oh, Calabos. Yeah, I cut her arm off as well just to like make her look even more like Calabos.
Oh my god! I'm gonna do a split screen. Can we get a picture of?
We can, but your life won't be worth living, will it?
Well, she doesn't listen to the show anymore.
Maybe, but she'd do one of those whack because she knows that because
she's
she knows.
Picked her bone with
No,
me.
because she knows the internet now and how to work.
She knows the internet.
She does though. She's learned it herself. She's
That's
learned
scary.
at a geometric rate,
It's
like
like Skynet.
to bring it back to the film. But like, yeah, so she could easily find this show now and start listening to it.
Oh fuck!
As soon as we start banging on about
Does
Caliber.
she have Facebook?
Also, do you remember the Terrorhawks, the Jerry Anderson thing from the 80s? She used to get Zelda all the time. So that makes me like the creepy song going hello mother like that. That's how he used to sound. Then his head would fall off. Is it his head? Something fell off him. I think it was his head. How do you know that? You're not old enough to remember the Terrorhawks.
Dude, I'm not old enough to remember most of this shit. I grew up watching all the old stuff. I like black and white movies.
I bet you did. Oh,
Lynn. Anyway, what are the bookends of this particular episode, Ethan?
I can't believe I got the number of the episode right and the minutes.
All the points.
Yeah, it's episode 19. We are going from minutes 36 to 38. The 2 minutes bridging that gap. It starts with, well, you know this better than me, Ellie. It starts with them walking into the 7-Eleven and it ends with them stuffing carrots into their mouth. As all good clips should.
Sorry, I'm just sauntering around imagining I'm a lady.
It's kind of funny, actually, Leonard Roseman. He did The Fantastic Voyage, and I know he did Star Trek, the 5th one, where they go and meet God, and God kind of has an argument with Captain Kirk. The Fantastic Voyage.
What's that?
It's like a body horror adventure film. It's the precursor to Inner Space in a sense that it's they miniaturize a crew of people in a submarine and they inject them into a human man. And they have an adventure inside this guy's body, but it's like space travel. They're being attacked
Oh, they
by
do that in Archer.
antibodies, attack the sub and stuff. People die. And I've heard Guillermo del Toro is thinking of remaking it as like this like sci-fi horror film.
Do it.
About miniature people trapped in a human body and all the wacky things that will try and kill you while you're in there.
People? That's a book. You wouldn't know what that is.
What's the carpet people? People that live in carpet, and there's dangerous things that live in
It's
carpet.
a really good book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us more, Ellie.
No, read it.
All right. It's going to be a
Sure
very thin on the ground information show then.
The Carpet People, it's a book about magic and wonder, about these little miniature people that live in
Is
the
it like the
carpet.
Borrowers mixed with Botter, Snipes and Grumbles?
I used to like the Borrowers, actually.
Do you remember Botter, Snipes and Grumbles?
No, I don't.
Oh, dear.
I remember Button Moon. Never liked it.
I didn't like that either.
I didn't like Button Moon. Never liked it before it was retarded. You can't say that nowadays, can you? So anyway, these 2 minutes.
This was it, basically. That was the book, Butter Snipes and Gumballs. And these are the characters.
They look like something out of Labyrinth. Not as good, granted, but they do kind of look Labyrinth-esque. I can see them in the.
But this was like a
Goblin
famous
City.
book when I was a kid that everyone was reading. Not me, because I was dyslexic. But yeah, that's the book, basically.
Ethan had a book, and it was called Scratch and Sniff.
All I had to read as a child was a book of carpet samples and a box of used tampons of my mother.
And an Argos catalogue. And he only got that to smell the pages.
Exactly.
I used to love the smell of Argos catalogues.
To get half the ink.
Yeah. It's amazing. I always used to wind down the windows at petrol stations and breathe in all the gasoline. I'm like, no, shut up the window. And I'd be like, Anyway.
Huffing paint with 6-year-old Ellie.
Yeah. That was when I was really sexy. Oh, God. The beginning of this 2 minutes, I thought the way Marcus surveys the land, the way he stands there and looks from left to right is very Terminator-like. And we've seen Arnold and Robert Patrick do exactly the same stop and surveillance, and it's spot on. So that makes me think, yeah, he's mainly Terminator.
You'd imagine, then, with technology now, I mean, especially Robert Patrick, he wouldn't really need to look, would he? Because he's every little part of him is a machine. He'd be constantly scanning all around him.
It'd be like a fly, where they can just see absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum, have a word.
You're not. You don't really like the. Oh God. You don't really like the bit where he's kind of feeling stuff in that room, do you? You just think, what's the point?
I thought that was a bit.
It's meant to be freaky. It's like, oh, what's he doing?
But I didn't get that. It just looked weird, and not in a freaky way. I'm just gonna imagine, like, if that was Ethan's, he'd be like, "No, get your muddy paws off all my nice stuff." No, he's got oil on the table. Anyway, yeah. So I quite liked that bit when Marcus surveys the area, because it does make him look very much like a Terminator. They then walk into this 7-Eleven, which Ethan very kindly pointed out to us that it was a 7-Eleven. Bit of product placement there. Although, do you not think that the 7-Eleven sign looks a lot like the 7-Up, which is a fizzy drink? Can you get it in America?
I believe you can.
7-Up's still a drink?
Yes.
It's still out there. Is it not called Sprite now?
There is. It looks nothing like the 7-Up sign.
How does it not?
However, there was a drink in the 1980s by Coca-Cola called Squirt.
I have heard of that. Have you heard of Pussy Juice as well?
Well, that's an energy drink, isn't it? But Squirt came out in the 80s. Maybe
I think we've actually discussed this on one of our previous episodes.
Yeah, no, I think.
Oh my!
We've just
that's a different type of Squirt.
If you Google image Squirt drink, there's actually
that
more.
Is hot.
That's not hot.
That's hot.
A tube should not be in there. Oh. But anyway, Squirt came out.
They released it. Where one should never
released
put
it
tubes.
Briefly in the 80s, and then this other drink came out, Quattro drink in the 80s, which I think was our version of Squirt, but that's Quattro. Top Deck, remember that?
No.
Shandy Bass?
No.
Hubba Bubba. I drank one of those once, drinking liquid bubblegum flavour, maybe just honk everywhere I throw up.
Oh, God, Slice. I've heard of
So
Slice.
Talk to me about this clip, Ellie.
Okay, so what I wanted to know is who are these hoodlums that they've bumped into? Because they go into the 7-Eleven.
Well, they're not the Resistance.
Kyle sees a fresh bottle of milk with the legs coming down. Do you know what legs means?
Well,
like
a bottle of milk on legs is a cow.
Well, that brings it quite nicely to my next point.
That your mum's a fat cow.
She's got big tits. You know when you pour a glass of wine, which you would have done, you fucking tray monkey, and you get the wine that drips down the sides, the length of it, they're called the legs. Or the stem. The stem, that's it.
It's like a flower.
So Kyle looks at the stem of this particular milk bottle and goes, "Oh, there's people here." Question, where the fuck are these cows that they're milking?
All right, do you know what I think it is?
And also,
I think
in this clip where she goes... Actually, no, I'll get to that.
I know where they get the milk from. From that aging Earth mother who's in charge of this group. All the men milk her and squeeze it all into a bottle.
Has she got 6 udders like a cow?
Probably. One guy has to milk her, the other guy has to wash under her folds with a rag on a stick.
Maybe that's why Bullshit Bale has that gruff voice, because he's seen it. He's seen it all.
Well, they're not the Resistance. These are like a pocket of humanity, a bit like Kyle, but they just dotted around, aren't they? We haven't got to this bit yet where kind of John Connor...
We can't talk about it. It's in the future. I mean, it hasn't happened.
No, but John Connor will supposedly kind of gather these people together. Like he said, you're not alone. Come here, find
there's
us.
the milk.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's warm?
Yeah.
Warm apple pie.
I think it should have just been like when in the 7-Eleven there's a TerMINator and he's just pouring milk into his empty hole under his chin going like that, and they go, oh shit.
A bit like in Terminator 2 when Robert
He goes,
Patrick
I
kills...
think I'm people.
When Robert Patrick kills the stepdad and the
Yeah.
milk goes all everywhere. Oh, so milk seems to be quite a pastiche.
McG would probably say, oh, it's a homage to 2. We've got milk in our movie too. You're like,
Yeah.
it's a bottle of milk, McG. Come on,
A
dude.
glass bottle at least.
Go and stand over in the corner now with Brett Ratner. We're not listening.
That's
for X-Men 3.
Face the wall. Yeah, so I thought, well, where the hell are they getting these cows and milking them from? Who knows? We meet the hoodlums, who we have discovered are not the Resistance, although
Hoodlums?
they've put a Resistance sign outside, or as the he looks like kind of like the top like muscle of the group, the black dude with the ponytail.
No,
for a
the
beard.
lady's in charge of the group.
No, but he's like the muscle. He's kind of like the first
Second
one.
in command.
Yeah.
The one who enforces her iron will.
Yeah.
I
do, you
want
reckon, do you reckon
milking.
she's fucking him?
I'm sure one of them was juicing
I've
him.
heard that there are I've heard of a few black people, like black men, where they actually like fucking old women.
Or older women.
No, like old women.
Why?
I don't know. So I then
How would you have heard this? Where have you heard this from?
from a couple of people that I know.
Like who?
You don't know them.
Tell me.
And it's also in a cartoon as well. Oh my god, Ethan, I've got a new amazing cartoon that you have to watch. You will absolutely love it. The first 3 seconds you'll be in. It's called Brickleberry. It's fucking amazing. It is the most offensive cartoon I have ever seen. It's sexist, it's racist, it's just everything you could possibly want in a cartoon. Anyway, the
Funny thing
Dark
about that is,
Gentleman
Ellie-
says...
Oh, go on, sorry.
The Dark Gentleman says, well, Dark Season's coming and we've only got enough for us. What the fuck is Dark Season? Is that where, like, the MOBO wars happen? Ethan's picking his teeth with tweezers.
I'm trying to get the bogey off the end of it that I've been sticking up my nose.
He's probably not lying.
Dark Season could be this kind of like nuclear winter that kind of blows around the planet, I assume, maybe. Or Dark Season might just mean winter.
So it's not the MOBO wars?
No.
Oh, okay.
Strangely though, Ellie, at the 7-Eleven hideout, Kyle Reese can be seen eating what appears to be a Twinkie, which is jokingly referred to as a food item that can withstand nuclear fallout.
I'm not surprised.
You're a
I've
fan of
eaten one.
Twinkies, aren't you?
I like the cream ones. I don't like the chocolate ones.
Chocolate ones are horrific.
They are so bad.
What was so bad about them?
They taste really synthetic-y. I literally
I
felt
found
like I
that
was
from
eating
the actual
chemicals.
Twinkies, though.
From the actual, what, as opposed to the fake Twinkies?
No, because if you get like a tea cake in this country, which I guess is kind of the same
A tea
basis,
cake?
it's that like white, frothy, fluffy stuff called fluff.
Yeah, amazing.
But the stuff in the Twinkies was weird. Having said that, the stuff in the Krispy Kreme donuts, that pearlescent cream,
Never
which
had it.
clearly gives you cancer, that's amazing.
I've never had a Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
donut.
dude, I'll fucking murder a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. I would.
But you're being healthy.
I am. Can have a little flutter here and thither, though.
Yeah, your banana toffee ice cream.
There's a
That's
cock up
your-
actually in the 7-Eleven.
Cook up.
It's very Conan the Barbarian, isn't it? The
Your
music, that
favourite
is.
film.
I know, I really like Conan the Barbarian. I just wasn't in the mood for it then. And you was like, we need to watch Conan. I was like, okay. Why don't we just watch the second one?
I don't know.
If you're going to watch a Conan, at least see a Conan you've not seen, or Red Sonja, which you need to see.
Okay.
Anyway, during
Cock
the
up.
during the confrontation in the 7-Eleven between Kyle Reese and the Resistance fighters, forward shots of Reese showing him protecting Star with his shotgun, while close-ups and over-the-shoulder shots have Reese pointing the weapon at the lead Resistance fighter. If you're going to point that gun, you better be ready to pull the trigger.
Not very original, Kyle.
What's that from?
Marcus said that in the previous episode.
I knew it was a callback, but I thought it was from a previous film. But it's not been said in any previous film, has it? So he just got it off Marcus.
Because Marcus looks at him going, fucking mug. Taking all my material. Just like you, really, Ethan.
I've got a big gun over here.
Who is this old bint who looks like the Red Indian lady in the Simpsons movie? Mother Earth, as you called her.
Well, she's that like Earth Mother.
Or she's
type
kind of like
person.
Maggie Figgy from Fern Gully.
I don't remember Fern Gully.
I fucking love that.
I know
movie.
Tim Curry's the bad guy in it, and he's like weirdly sexual.
Yeah. Can we play the Tim Curry song?
Yeah, in a future episode.
Yeah. Does that mean we record another one after this one just so I can hear it? No, I'll just play it.
If we get she's to do another episode, yeah.
Shut up. Yeah. Who is this old bint? Why is she calling the stops?
Well, because
Do we think
she's
she's
an
Red
archetype,
Indian?
isn't she? She's just a wise person. She's like the wise character. She's like the soothsayer, well, the wizard, the thing. Not she's got any powers, but she's got that kind of authority. She's like an older.
Do we think she's Red Indian?
No, she looks nothing.
Because
like
they're kind
Red
of like that would make more sense though because they are like people
You
of
can't
the
say
land,
Red Indian.
aren't
You have
they?
to say First Nations person.
Oh fuck off.
No, she's a regular person, but
she's kind of got that Dances with Wolves kind of look about her.
well, they've just like feathered her hair. So
What have you done with Kevin?
Like she wouldn't look like that. She'd have like rats crawling out of it. Her hair would be a mess. She'd probably have her
Dude,
head
they would
shaved.
all look a lot worse than they do.
Oh yeah.
My next.
If you want to see a film that's actually like the apocalypse, and I say this to the listeners as well, if you've not seen it, watch The Road with Viggo Mortensen.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a post-apocalypse film, but it's as it actually would be. It's just
Why
him
do people say post-apocalypse when apocalypse means the end?
because the end has happened, and Genesis, which is life from death,
That feels really nice.
has happened basically.
You
Oh,
can
sorry, I'll
squeeze
say
my
it again.
shoulder.
Genesis is not what I said. But it's literally how it would be: pushing a shopping trolley round with all your worldly possessions in, and people trying to rape your 9-year-old son.
Oh god, that's hot.
And it wouldn't be about gasoline and going, oh god, spray some spray paint into my mouth. Blah, blah. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be that. Also, Mad Max question, right?
Yeah.
The bad guy in Mad Max Fury Road is called Immortan Joe, right?
I can't remember. But
Why
I do
is he
remember
called
him.
Immortan Joe? Because I thought it was Immortal Joe, which makes sense.
Which reminds me, Joe Sangre, when you fuck you coming on this show?
He doesn't listen to this anyway, so he wouldn't get that message.
Well, I'll send him a personal
We should ask
one.
him for a call in. Well, we need to hook up with the Flash podcast. Wants to call in. Master Debaters want to do a show with us.
Oh, I thought that was with you in Questionable.
No,
Oh,
they want me to go on their show.
Do it!
And as they're like near, I could have gone on with you, but we didn't plan it ahead in time. Oh well.
You don't have to have me there.
John Nichols listens
Dude,
to them
you
now.
are the
John Nichols
show.
listens to them now. Did you know that?
John,
He
you
listens to another
fucking
show.
little bitch. Although, can I just give a shout out? John, love the Fred and Rose art.
Which is on this episode.
It is
Which
indeed.
is episode 19.
It is great. I do prefer the the original with Ethan's massive forehead as Ian Brady and me as Mara Hindley. And my hair is actually looking quite similar to that right now, so spot on. I've been compared to Myra before, actually. Yeah, so my next note was I quite like the little shout out to Silence of the Lambs where she goes, "Bring me that basket." She doesn't. She says, "Yeah, she does. Bring me that basket," which is full of goodies. One of the things that we
Get
see
them a
little,
hamper. It's the
one
apocalypse.
of the things. Hope they've cut the crusts off the sandwiches. She says, "Oh, they're gonna go and leave. These people seem a little hostile. They don't want to help out. They've only got enough fuel for themselves. They go to leave, and then the old lady goes, 'You're not going anywhere until this little one eats something.' Why is just a little black girl? I think that's racist.
Because she's a mother. She's a woman.
Do you reckon that's why Marcus took her with him? Because he was like,
She'll be a good bargaining chip to get food out of
exactly.
all elderly leader ladies.
She's a chick and she's black.
No, she's a woman, so
And
she
she's
would
a
look after the child,
star.
wouldn't she?
Yeah, but Kyle Reese is a child. He's a teenager.
No, but like that's what she'd
You
get more-
sexist bitch.
Yeah.
Women looking after women. Psh. Look, all these dudes doing the work for you, dirty old bint. Yeah, so I thought that's a bit unfair. It's not just the girl that needs feeding. What is she, a monkey in a zoo? Yeah, you still high-five me. It's fine, I'm not famous. And I never will be because of what I said. And why does the old lady call all the shots?
Well, as I said before, she's the kind of leader of this group, isn't
Yeah,
she?
but
She's
how
like
do you think she became the leader of this group?
she might be someone really clever. She might have been a civil servant. She's very well educated. She's probably a teacher, a professor, or some kind of doctorate person back in the real world. She knows how to kind of grow food and stuff. She might be a gardener. She'll have some authority there. She'll have some skill that they wouldn't
Is
have.
it because
so
she's the only woman and she has to service all the blokes?
Aye, probably.
Maybe because she's old and she's got no teeth, she gives the best blowjob.
Come over here and milk me,
Do
lads.
you reckon she just rubs her fucking the bell ends on her gums.
Yes.
Going. Large motion. Where the fuck is she growing these carrots, Ethan?
I was going to ask that myself. I don't know. Where there be
are
any kind of
roots
like
coming out of this.
there be any soil which to grow things. I mean, the best thing you might be able to hope for if you were lucky was grow mushrooms, not to get high on, but to actually eat, because you'd like cold and damp.
If they had canned vegetables, a bit more believable.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Where would you grow that stuff? I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm really enjoying the music. What does this sound like?
Clash of the Titans?
No. This is making me think of something. Something else. Not Neverending Story. Shit, this is massively making me think of something. Is it... Wait, did you say that he did one of the Star Trek films?
The fifth one.
Which was...
When Captain Kirk meets God. You probably haven't seen it.
Is that the one with...
The rest of the crew from Star Trek in it? Yeah, they're all that's all of them.
Which is the one where he goes into like these dreamlands or these like different...
That's Dreamscape.
No.
With Dennis Quaid.
No.
Kate Capshaw. Spielberg's wife.
Spielberg.
1984.
Who are you calling? Oh. I
Carry
see.
on.
Sorry. I can't remember I can't remember what it was. It's the guy that was in Clockwork Orange.
Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell. Which one?
That's Star Trek Generations.
That's Generations.
1995, I think.
I really enjoyed that.
It's alright.
I quite enjoyed it.
Patrick Stewart crying over his dead family. It was the worst acting ever. Sorry, Patrick.
I love Patrick. You just hate him because he was an Excalibur.
Oh, God. His performance in that. Don't even get me started.
It was a terrible performance, but I love that
Why is it a
film.
terrible performance?
Because it's just flat.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, his accent was bad. Doesn't he do like a really bad...
But I think he's kind of like that in all his films. I like him, the man. And he's iconic as Jean-Luc Picard. Fine.
Is it because he can still pull it off and he's bald?
No.
You just hate bald men.
I think he's probably a very good stage actor.
Because he did a lot of Shakespeare and stuff like that, didn't he?
And I think, obviously, that's bled into his work on screen, but I think that actually hampers and disables him because there's no subtlety or nuance to any performance he gives.
No, but then that would poo-poo any
not
actor
saying he's
that had
bad
been on
now,
stage, like
but
Ian McKellen or fucking...
But I think Ian McKellen...
Laurence Llewellyn.
I think Ian McKellen had a lot more screen work throughout his career, I think. Whereas Patrick Stewart, I feel, was a Shakespearean actor up until about the age of 40. Then he just got put in film after film after film. And he brings that very authoritative voice. And he doesn't say anything, but he talks like this.
Why do you sound like Jerry Dandridge?
No, but that's how Patrick Stewart talks. That's how Patrick Stewart talks.
It's not.
I'm Patrick Stewart, and I talk like this in every film. Don't you know? I'm Professor X.
He's
I'm
not
Jean-Luc
Scottish,
Picard.
dude.
Ian McKellen talks like that, doesn't he? It's like the same bloody thing. A bit of theatre in the background there. You can kind of hear it. A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early.
That's how Patrick Stewart talks, and that's how Ian McKellen talk. And because of that, they're not the best on screen because they're a bit hammy because they're great theatre actors who haven't made the transition to screen.
Anyone better to
I
have
know
played...
you're impressed with both those impressions. To kiss my ass. Do you know what I'm saying? Right.
Don't even bother.
Don't even bother saying that Ian McKellen was rubbish because I know it was good.
Could you think of
Not a
anyone
lot.
better to play Gandalf?
Well, here's the thing. Did you know? You'll love this. Sean Connery.
No.
Sean Connery.
He's already played a dragon. He can't play...
Draco.
Sean Connery turned down.
I loved that film. That was so good.
I'm just going to keep saying it so you listen. Sean Connery turned down, get this, Morpheus in The Matrix. The Laurence Fishburne part.
What?
So that's one.
But he's kicking himself.
So
in the
that's one
head
iconic
for
role that whenever you think of Laurence Fishburne, I think for most people they think of Morpheus in The Matrix. Even though he had a career before that.
Plus, I didn't really rate The Matrix.
He was in Apocalypse Now, Deep Cover, all these other films. What is it? What's that form Cuba Gooding Uni? Boys to Men? No, that's the band. Boys in the Hood. He was in that. Some black film. Anyway. He also turned down Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. Can you imagine Sean Connery as Gandalf? So I think when League of
Scottish fucking...
when League of Extraordinary Gentlemen rolled around, Sean Connery's excuse for turning down those two
Why
franchises.
why they chose Sean Connery to play an Egyptian with a Scottish accent in fucking Highlander, I don't know either.
Weirdly, though, that's one of his best roles. He makes that film.
What is it? Losers don't go. What was it? Winners do it.
Winners don't know. Only losers whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
No, but Sean Connery, because he
That is
didn't.
one of your best impressions.
Sean Connery didn't understand the script for Matrix, so he turned it down. He didn't understand Lord
Is
of
it
the
because
Rings.
he wasn't allowed to hit any women in it?
Yeah.
49 no's and 1 yes means yes.
That's an actual quote from Sean Connery.
Actually, it's...
But because he didn't understand the script for Lord of the Rings and he didn't understand the Matrix, he turned them down. When League of Extraordinary Gentlemen rolled around in 2003, he said yes to it. And to the detriment of that film, because he just plays, as he always does, Sean Connery, and he ruins the film in a sense. But yeah, he only took on that, and it ended his career. He retired after that. It's the last film he did.
He was good in
He had such a
Untouchables.
massive falling out with Stephen Norrington, the director. They came to blows on set. At the premiere, the London premiere, Stephen Norrington wasn't there, and they asked Sean Connery where the director was, and he went,
It's probably in the local asylum.
I thought he played a good part in The Untouchables.
he got paid 17 million, I think, to be in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Right?
Fucking hell.
And there
More
was
money
one
than
scene.
sense.
There's one
I
scene
told
in
it.
it where they walk down the street like a Dirty Dozen kind of walk with all the group. And Stephen Norrington, the director, asked Sean to do it one more time. He went, "Why have we got to do it one more time? We've already done it." And he goes, "Well, 17 million is not too much for us to walk down the street, is it, Sean?" And he went for him.
Is he a bit of a diva then?
Oh yeah, Sean. Of course he is.
I guess he was the best.
Sean
Bond.
Connery was Bond, of course, and I think everyone has a lot of Scottish pride in Sean. But everything I seem to read about Sean, he doesn't seem like a very fucking cool dude.
Yeah, but people would say that about you, Ethan, and you're one of the coolest dudes I know.
No, but I'm like, when
That
you
was a
actually meet
compliment,
me,
by the
I'm
way.
affable and charming, and Sean Connery
When you want to
always comes across as
when
kind
you
of
need something.
prickly and pernickety and a bit like arsey, it seems.
Be like, I'm James fucking Bond, bitch.
Yeah, but he's not the best James Bond.
No,
By the time he got
Roger
to
Moore is.
By the time he got to Goldfinger, he was phoning it in. He didn't want it because he fell out with Cubby Broccoli. They didn't increase
Cummy
it.
Broccoli.
Yeah,
You're making these names up now.
Albert Cubby Broccoli was
Cummy
the
Broccoli.
Cubby.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, Eddie, what's wrong with you? Cubby Broccoli. It's your favourite food, isn't it? Cubby Broccoli, because they didn't increase
Cum,
his
yes, broccoli,
paycheck
no.
with each of the Bond films. They paid themselves more and more money as the films went on, as they made more money. Sean never got paid more than he did for Doctor No or for the films, so he kind of quit after You Only Live Twice, the 5th film with Donald Pleasance as Blofeld.
Yeah.
They then got George Lazenby to play Bond, which I think was
George
actually really good.
Lazenby. No.
And you've stopped listening, so we're going to wrap up the show.
No, I'm listening to you.
You
You
just
said
talk
George
over me.
Lazenby.
Anyway, that didn't work out, so they got Bond back, and performance in Diamonds Are Forever, the film's not that great. And Connery's just phoning it in, he doesn't care. And in an interview, they asked Sean who was the best Bond villain he was up against. He went, Cubby Broccoli. And that was a producer of Bond. I've lost thread of everything now, she's just stopped listening. Anyway, listeners, we shall return for episode 20. And it'll be lots of exciting facts and figures, unless Ellie's got something to add. Save it for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening, everyone. We went on a nice little tangent for this one as well, I feel.
We did.
And we'll return. I hope you're enjoying the shows. Tell your friends about the show. Even if you don't like the show, leave a review. Even if it's a bad one, it'll put us on the map.
I will.
Find us on YouTube at the 2-Minute Terminator. Find us on Facebook at 2-Minute Terminator, which has the greatest collection of stills from any of the Terminator films, past, present, future, and the TV show. And find us on Twitter as well. If you've got any questions you want to ask them at those two avenues.
I
Ellie.
actually think you should plug the YouTube videos more because they look fucking amazing now.
They do, with the
They look so
in-video
good.
commentary.
and
Come
the fact
on.
that the video moves and
The
you've got the
video
lovely
moves.
background.
The lovely background of one of the things we talk about, one of the elements we discuss in it. So last one was Point Break. One before that was THX 1138. The one with only one mic. Your favourite?
Yeah. Dude, you're the only person that actually brings any sense or any kind of movie.
I try. I
Substance.
forgot, like, because you've been on the phone for the last few episodes, I forgot what a luxury it is having that distance that you just kind of like talk about the Terminator films and we don't get led off the path at all.
But But how much fun have you done? Have
The
you
last
had
one
doing
was
this?
arguing about who was uglier.
Yeah, but from that, we've now
Bryce-
got a new podcast that we can do when this piece of shit
Bird
finishes
reviews.
called Bird Reviews.
We need to think about the zingier title than that, with birds in it, but something else.
We will. We'll brainstorm.
Bird watching.
No, let's not do this now.
Whatever.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you
please
so
do
much for
join us
tuning in.
again.
Join
tomorrow?
Ellie, join me tomorrow, yes, with
yes.
episode 20.
Indeed.
Knock out another 2, that's your 5, then you got a week off, Ellie. Ooh.
Ooh, just so you can work, you bastard.
Thank you, Laurence Rosenthal. Clash of the Titans.
We salute you.
Thank you, Ellie Fitzgerald, for
Thank you, Ethan, for just being you.
just being you. And we'll be back. TerMINator is on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Find us at the 2-Minute TerMINator. And baby.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene.
Shut the fuck up, would you? Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
And I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
I'm fucking serious.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene. What don't you fucking understand? 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 Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking head. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.